Hey everyone, I want to discuss a book I read earlier this month, and it was Weyward by Emilia Hart. This book was really good. This is another genre that I don't normally make videos of, and it's historical fictions. I don't know what about them. I eat them up. They're so freaking good. I've been reading historical fiction since earlier this year. Everyone's always asking me, why don't you post your 5-star reads? And I feel like they're too emotional for me to be posting, but Sarah Penner's historical fictions. I own The Apothecary. I own the digital version. London Seance Society. I own the digital version. And there's another one. It was like a novella on Kindle. What was it called? I don't remember. But these are really good. And her third novel is coming out, The Amalfi Curse. I'm getting it in at the end of the month. Pre-ordered, so I'm getting that. I'll do a review about all of those. But Weyward, historical fiction. I really love this book. This was a 4-star read for me. It's Emilia Hart's second book. The first book, I kind of read a little bit about it, but it was kind of like a collection of stories, and it didn't really resonate with me. But this one did. This follows 3 family members. Weyward, you're going to see why. Weyward just means weird. One of the characters, Altha, from the 1600s, that was her last name. It follows 3 family members, 3 women, and it was just such a good read. It had atmosphere, it had that spook, it had the British, I don't know, that any book written in Britain, I don't know why, it creeps me out. So that was really, really good. This followed some out the 1600s, Violet from the 1940s, and it followed Kate from 2019, so the late 2000s. This is really good. It follows Kate. She's kind of in an abusive relationship with a guy who's just not great, who kind of takes and doesn't give. She ends up getting pregnant by this man, and she knows that he's abusive, and it's like she's a piece of his property, so she's not having any of it. Her aunt Violet gifted her property, and it's like the Weyward cottage. Once you read the book, you'll see how the cottage is connected to all the family members. But she's gifted this cottage. She hides it from her husband, and she's like, he can't know about it. She ends up fleeing, leaving him, and she starts going to the cottage and kind of going back to her roots and rediscovering her family. She's like, wow, my aunt Violet left me this, and I never really spoke to her. But that's where it gets interesting, because she starts going back in time, reading notes, trying to discover family history. She starts discovering that her aunt was kind of wealthy in that town, but her becoming pregnant by one of her cousins, essentially her family disowned her and got rid of her, essentially. And they gave her this Weyward cottage, which goes back to the 1600s, and that's where Altha comes in. So it really goes in depth in all those characters. It really develops them because it gives you so much backstory on them. I think I rated it 4 because I feel like a lot of female writers, it's always a battered woman case. And it's can we have women that are just normal? I know women that are tough as nails. So I think that was one part of the book I didn't enjoy. But overall, it was a really good read. Kate ends up having her baby. She rediscovers her entire lineage, and she sees why they're called Weyward. It's more of them being connected with their soul at a different level, them being connected with nature, and just being grateful for who they are and what they've overcome. And it's crazy. Another fun fact about it is every Weyward or heirs family member, their firstborn is a girl. And it's kind of that's how this, wouldn't say it's witchy, but in a way it is. This talent, this being able to see behind the veil. So this was really good. Rated a 4. Character development was solid. The story took place in England, and I always say it's very eerie for me, but it was really well thought out. Like, I could picture the cottage in my head. I could picture Kate. I could picture her physique. I can picture the animals, the birds. There was so much development that took place. Like, I wouldn't be able to write a novel this polished. Like, this is crazy. Like, the amount of brain power it takes to build a book like this. So I would definitely recommend this. This is a 4. I'm actually going to be reading, maybe next month or the following month, I'm going to be reading Sirens by Emilia Hart, and I will give a review on that. But so far, this book was delicious. I enjoyed it.